public service announcement. When you come down to Phoenix, Arizona, and your skin is light colored, you either must pack sunscreen or purchase sunscreen before you go out to a course, so you don't look like Rudolph after the round.
Whoops. That was a good one. Yeah, it's definitely hot, sunny. I mean, it's not too hot, but there is a lot of sun, and us in Oregon aren't used to that stuff right now. We're used to the rain. I mean, I definitely have a rain jacket, but I didn't bring any sunscreen. Oh, geez.
We got it now.
Yeah. Yeah, so today we played Fountain Hills, and you have a good time?
Oh, it's a blast. That course, it's frustrating at the same time as rewarding, and the venue is incredible. The stadium golf, as I would call it, it's certainly a different style. It reminds me a lot of Trojan, up a little northwest of Portland. Just every shot's got to be placed somewhere. Even on the long holes, you have to put the disc somewhere. You got to be in the right place to be able to throw the second shot on all the par fours. And all the par threes, you kind of have to work for your birdie. And you have to be smart about where you throw it, where it starts, and what you throw. All the par threes can be birdied, with the exception of maybe one or two of them. But you have to play for some skips down hills, and you just have to be really solid in your decision making before you release the disc.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing course. Do you have any holes that you really like to play there?
I was thinking about it. Probably hole 2 to me. I mean, obviously one's a signature hole, but hole 2 kind of sums up that course to me. You can make it as easy or as hard as you want. If you're willing to take a little bit of a risk on the drive and mess with the trees a little bit, you can get the thing out into a range that you're throwing a second shot with a chance to make a 3 on it. And the hole's super long, probably a little over 700. So it's something that you have to throw your drive 350 or 400 feet, but it's a pretty low cover if you want to go through the tunnel. And then when you're standing over the second shot, you've got water on the left the whole time, exactly where the disc is going to fall off if it runs out of speed. Any point it runs out of speed, it's going to go into the water. So you have to really commit to what you want to do and decide what you want, and if you're going to lay up, where you want to be to lay up, to make that third shot easy if you're choosing to play for a 4. But I figure as long as I can get the drive out in the fairway within 400 feet of the basket, probably, then it's worth bombing one out to the right and playing it for, a chance at 3, but a guaranteed 4.
Yeah, that green's pretty intense as well there.
It's super fast, and a lot of the greens out there are, so it helps to have some confidence in an upshot game. It's hard, and especially when the wind starts blowing, because you want to throw a soft mid-range or putter, something that sticks and doesn't roll, but those tend to be a little more understable or dead, and when you get into those situations, the wind kind of plays with them and takes them wherever.
Yeah, what did you think of those two finger holes?
I think it's hole 7 and 8, if I remember. They both killed me. Didn't play them very well today, and hopefully we can on Thursday when we get back out there. Today was kind of a learning experience with those holes, is where you need your drive to be compared to what might be possible on it. You could go crazy and try to throw some really good shots on it and have an easy upshot for a 3 on those, where you're just kind of pitching it over the water. But throwing with water and then land and then water with the basket on the land when it's only 30 or 40 feet wide is not my favorite thing to do. I don't think it's anyone's. So you're just trying to keep the thing in play, and those greens are probably the 2 fastest greens in the course when it comes to trying to land something on them.
Yeah, those are sure nerve jerkers there. Those are tough holes. Let me see your merchandise. What type of discs are you going to be tossing?
Well, as we figured out the last couple days, I have the factory S-Line Freak that I threw a ton yesterday at Vista, and I mentioned It got brought out a lot of Fountain Hills today too. It's max weight 175, stable. Um, not necessarily a distance driver, but a little faster than a fairway driver. It's something that I have a ton of confidence in, that when I let go, the thing's going to go dead straight, and then it's going to finish left every single time. It's been really good and really reliable into the wind too, as we've thrown in a lot of those kind of shots. I feel confident with it low cover and that kind of stuff. I'm trying not to be greedy on these courses. I'm going to get what I can take off drives, and a lot of times it's more beneficial for me to throw something a little slower that I feel like I can keep in play and try to put myself in a good spot for drivers.
How long does that disc go? How long do you throw that?
It depends. I can throw it anything from 330 or 340 foot hyzers all the way to maybe a 410 or 415 foot flex shot. Probably won't be pushing it anything over 4. I'm going to try to throw just hyzers with it. So then we're looking at, probably an average of about 375 or 380.
It's a good tug. It's a tough disc to throw. They're super stable. Scotty throws them with the best of them.
So the other stuff, I guess, all my fairway drivers and rocks I'm pretty confident in. All T-birds, just different kinds. Star T-bird, Champ T-bird. Depending on the stability, I'm not going to throw anything real flippy out there because the wind blows so hard. I would rather keep the disc low and moving right to left, a lot more controllable. This dart, it's super old, it's super beat up, and it's just something that anyone that's watched me play before, I throw it on almost every upshot. Nothing special about it. It's just an R-Pro dart that's been in my bag for 3 or 4 years now. Whenever these things came out, it was the first one that I bought. And it's super tuned in where I can make it go right or left. And it's super soft. It can kind of fold up. And it makes it where I have total confidence that the thing's not going to take off and roll. So that's good. I don't necessarily throw putters very well. So this is kind of my bailout to not being able to throw an AVR. So, and then going to putters, Casey AVRs. I've went back and forth between 11-time AVRs and 12-time AVRs. Got these 2 weeks ago, so they're still kind of fresh.
Wow.
We got 2 of them that I bought from Devin Cordell. I broke my main putter a couple weeks ago, playing at home at our home course there. Actually on a warm day, just got a bad break, landed weird, cracked it right down the middle. So I've kind of got new putters. Thankfully, they feel pretty similar, and I've been putting pretty well with them. My strategy with putters, though, this week is going to be pretty conservative too. We'll see. If I don't have a backstop or something, I don't really want 20-foot comeback putts in the wind. So if I'm 40 feet out or something, or 50 feet out, there's a good chance that maybe I'll kind of give it a run, but it's going to be high and it's going to be floating in, and I want that thing to sit right next to the basket where I can just tap it in. The thing I have to realize, and I have to get in the habit of, is every throw you have to play regarding to the situation, not regarding to the scorecard. It's a lot easier to want to make a putt if it's for par, just because you're frustrated and you don't want a bogey, than it is if you're trying to make a birdie putt. But at the same pace, if you run that par putt by and make a 5, it's the same as running the birdie putt by and making a 4. So you have to kind of take the situation and the score out of it and throw the smart shot at the time, and it'll all add up at the end of the tournament.
So tomorrow you're going to play Vista del Camino, and what are your thoughts and goals?
I want to keep it in play. That's the main thing. If I can get out of there with no penalty strokes, or maybe one at the most, I think that would be successful, and I think that would also translate to a good score. So I think keeping it clean, keeping the scorecard clean, no penalty shots on it, and I would like to make, all but, maybe 1 or 2 of my putts inside the circle. And I feel like if I do that, keep the disc in bounds and make everything that I need to make, and maybe pick up a bonus putt or something, that low 50s is a possibility. Probably wouldn't be disappointed with anything 56 or below. 57 is generally 1,000 out there, and I suppose if it gets breezy, that would even be okay too. Like Kevin said earlier, you can't win a tournament on the first day, but you can lose it. And to me, trying to be realistic, top 20 or so would be what I would consider successful for this tournament. So I want to do that, and I could take myself out of that real easy by getting aggressive or letting emotions get into it or something and taking yourself out of a good round. But you know, just get in the mid 50s, hopefully low 50s. We'll see. Anything can happen. But I'm excited to get this tournament underway.
Yeah, I got to play with both you and Skip these last couple of days, and I have full faith in both you guys are going to play really good in these tournaments, or this tournament. Both courses, you both play them well. You both have all the shots. What's your final thoughts, and let's hear how you feel.
You know, I'm excited. I had another great day today. To be here with friends, and we got to see some other guys from Oregon today, and other people that are down here, and just people that I've met throughout disc golf in the last few years and everything, and to kind of be a part of it finally and not be at home sitting and just watching it on the internet is a good feeling. No nerves really. Pretty happy with the way I feel going into it. I'm sure there'll be some nerves tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
But those generally go away after a throw or a hole. First hole is definitely a birdieable hole out at Vista. It'd be cool to step up, throw a good forehand on it. Hopefully not even have to putt. You know, throw it within 10 or 15 feet and be able to tap in and get the round off to a good start, because the front 6 or 7 holes on that course is where you really have to score. After that, it gets hard. A lot of par 4s on that backside. So let's see what we can do.
All right. Good luck, Scotty. I guess we'll talk to you tomorrow after your first round.
Hopefully we got the same attitude at that point.
That's right.
All right, thank you.
Good night.